Today on Healthy Living, we learn more about the optimal range and benefits of omega ratios and the role they play in overall health. Naturopathic doctor, Dr. Jacqui Fleury joins me with more. Good morning, Jacqui.
Good morning, Chantal.
And we've been talking about this for the last couple of months. A little reminder, what are omega ratios?
Omega fatty acids are essential fatty acids, so that means that we have to get the omega-6 and the omega-3 from our diets. Our bodies don't produce them. And we're paying so much more attention to this mostly because of the imbalance. So we would get omega-3s from fish and from supplements, but as it's turning out, we're finding that we just aren't optimizing those essential fatty acids, which puts us at a deficiency and puts us at risk predominantly for conditions that would be associated with inflammation.
Okay, and we have a real-life example with myself. We were testing my ratios. We did this back last fall. Now here we are this summer. Where are we sitting right now, and a bit of background on the test?
Well, we took the test to establish a baseline to find out how are you doing with your lifestyle and with your supplementation. And we discovered that you were actually quite out of balance. You were 15-to-1 omega-6 to 3. And ideally, we want to see you at 3-to-1, 2-to-1, or in a perfect world, 1-to-1. And so we put you on a product that was a combination of omega-3s as well as the polyphenols, which are like the chaperone. So they're the antioxidants that help your body actually absorb the omega-3s. And we dosed it per kilogram body weight, so there was a formula that we followed. And then you diligently took your oils, and it took us a little bit longer to circle back together and do that retest. Ideally, we're wanting to retest after about 120 days. And we discovered after several months that your ratios actually improved. So we saw you go from a 15-to-1 to a 5-to-1. So we're almost there, Chantal. We have a little bit more room for improvement. And really the best way to correct that, unless you want to eat sardines every day, lots of them, is to continue to take a high quality product that not only corrects the omega-3s, but really enhances the absorption of those omega-3s.
Okay, well, glad to hear those improvements. Good.
There's one more marker that we're working on with you, and it's called an omega-3 index, and that one went from a 4 to a 5. So we're trying to get that one up to an 8. And really, if you're sitting at home wondering, well, what's the point of this? What's the relevance? I take omega-3s, I take a good quality, I take a high dose, I'm probably fine. The whole point of this is to understand that when we have the ability to test, we don't need to guess. And I made that clinical assumption for many years that people were taking omega-3s and probably doing fine. And it wasn't until I started testing that I realized that people actually aren't absorbing all that well. So I'm very grateful to you for being willing to do this experiment with me, and to also understand that when we correct these ratios, it improves our cardiovascular health, our risk for cancer, and really it improves our all-cause mortality, which is anything that we can die from, we have a better chance of surviving when we improve this ratio. So that's significant.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks for taking me along on this too,
Yes.
Jacqui. Yeah, it was interesting for sure. And just the bottle here, that's the example of what we have.
Yes,
that's the omegas.
That's the omegas. And then if we're looking to enhance our gut health, because that helps with absorption, we want to make sure that our garden isn't weedy. You know, we've talked a lot about the weedy garden concept. A good probiotic, sometimes digestive enzymes, but really there aren't a lot of products. This is one of the only ones of its sort right now that have the combination of the omega-3s and the polyphenols for the absorption. So really it's just helping the public understand the science, really, the science that exists behind this.
Okay, breaking down all those numbers.
Yes.
Okay, omega ratios. Thank you so much, Jacqui.
Thank you for having me.